What's up, YouTube? Tim Movies here. Of course, with Scream 6 out now, big massive success, and with Scream 7 most likely going to be announced, the directors of Scream 7 and Scream 6, Renaissance, seem to be pretty much teasing that they might not be returning. They've of course already been announced to direct a couple of projects and everything. So who knows if they will actually officially return or anything like that. So I decided to do something a little fun. If of course radio songs somehow don't really return to direct Scream 7, I decided to make down a laundry list of my top 10 choice directors that I think could do a good choice at replacing them for Scream 7 when that finally gets announced and on. So here are my official top 10 directing choices of who I would like to see direct a possible Scream 7. All right. Number 10, I'm going to go with Karen. I cannot pronounce her name, but Karen Kusama. Now, she has directed the Michelle Rodriguez movie, Girl Fight. She also directed one of my favorite horror comedies, which I don't care what people says. I love this one. She directed Jennifer's Body. She definitely has a really good track record with the horror genre. She's of course the director on Showtime's hit show Yellow Jackets, which by the way has Jasmine Sylvie Brown, who also plays Mindy Meeks in the Scream movies. So definitely has some of that elements to it. I think I could totally see her doing the slasher stuff pretty well. Definitely directing some of the cast of characters and actors really well too. So I mean, obviously, like I said, she has directed. She also did that Nicole Kidman movie, Destroyer, which is pretty decent too. So I can really see her tackle and being a good choice at replacing Renaissance with us. So, all right, number 9 is another female director. Which, by the way, I would love to see a female director tackle a screen film. I know people are gonna if a female director is an actual direct Scream, people are gonna be saying, "Okay, Scream 7 is gonna be woke and everything." I think a female director would be a good choice to do. I mean, any director I think could do a good choice, but I would love to see a female version of a Scream film. And my number 9 pick, I'm gonna go with. I cannot pronounce her name either, but Helena Ridgeon. Now, she of course made her directorial debut last year with A24's awesome horror film Buys, 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 which I had a fun time with. I mean, I love Buys, Buys, Buys. Definitely had the cool slasher elements to it. Maybe you can even get Pete Davidson appearing in Scream 7. That would be cool. Uh, but yeah, I think she could definitely do a Scream 7 pretty well. Definitely with the slash elements she has, some of the bloodshed could be really even more bigger than Buys was, but we'll see. All right, number 8, I'm gonna go with a director named Tyler McRae. Now he's not really too well known or anything, but he directed this little horror movie back in 2017, I think it was called, that ain't no one saw, called Tragedy Girls, which had Negasonic Teenage Warhead Girl, Brianna Hellbrand, as well as Storm actress Alexandra Shep. It also had like Craig Robinson was in this, former Scream actor Jack Quaid, who of course appeared in Scream 5. He was of course in this film. Tragedy Girls is, I'm just saying this right now, is an underrated little gem. If you guys have not seen Tragedy Girls, it's on Tubi. Do yourself a favor, go watch it. Tragedy Girls. I mean, it's of course about these. If you guys don't know much about the story, Tragedy Girls is about like these two teen girls who decide to be social media stars by literally killing people as mass killers and stuff like that. It is really fun. I can definitely see the director really branching out and doing some really terrific kills here with the kills here. The kills in Tragic Girls is really gory. Like one of the most gory scenes in Tragic Girls was probably when it's probably the Craig Robinson scene. So yeah, like you're not gonna want to look at Jim the same way if you watch the scene in Tragic Girls. So yeah, and of course, also he directed one of the segments in the last VHS movie, so there's that too. I mean, I think he could be a really good choice for to tackle a Scream film. So we'll see there. All right, number seven. I'm gonna go with another female director, and this is Leah Janek. Now, Leah Janek did she directed this movie called Honeymoon a couple years ago, which was just okay, but she came onto the scene great with the Netflix adaptations of Fear Street. If you guys have not seen the Fear Street movies, you're missing out. They're of course on Netflix. They are fun, very pretty bloody. I love those Fear Street movies. Now there's still talks about another one. I don't know when that's actually gonna come. But I could after seeing what she did with the Fear Street movies, which I think is the best horror movies that Netflix ever produced, in my opinion. I could really see Leah Jennings do a really decent job with this. I mean, you can maybe get say Sing as the opening kill. There's that. Uh, so yeah, I would love to see Leah really tackle a screen film and do great with the Ghostface stuff and everything. So we'll see. All right, number six, I'm gonna go with John Pletzer. Now, yes, he recently gave us Black Adam, which I enjoyed, but I feel like Black Adam did not really do so hot there. So I think John Pletzer, I gotta say, should go back to the horror genre. Obviously, he directed lots of movies with Liam Neeson, like he did. John Pletzer directed films like Unknown, Nonstop, The Commuter, the film I was an extra for, Run or Night. I'm sorry, I just had to put that plug every time this director comes on. Because I technically worked with him because I was an extra for Run or Night a couple years ago. Uh, but John Pletzer has tackled into the horror genre before. He directed the 2005 remake of House of Wax with Paris Hilton. He did the first Orphan movie. He also did The Shallows, and you know, director David S. Stammer, who also gave us, who just gave us Shazam: Fury of the Gods, looks like he might be returning back to the horror genre after the failure of Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I mean, I think that's what John Collette Sarah should do right now. Like after the failure that Black Adam was, go back to his wheelhouse and try to tackle some of the horror fares that he, was best known for. And I love the House of Wax remake, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, I know it's the cool thing to hate on anything that Paris Hilton was in at the time, but I quite liked House of Wax. That movie did not get much love, but I had a fun time with that House of Wax remake. But hey, I'll definitely be down to see John really tackle a screen film. And he's, of course, had a relationship with Paramount before, so maybe this could work too. All right. Number 5, I'm going to go with Leo Whannell. Now, he, of course, directed Upgrade. He did one of the Insidious movies. But he also put out the recent remake of The Invisible Man, which I got to say, I love that Invisible Man remake. It was really fun, really gory. The kills was great. So I could really see, he's great when it comes to the gore. If you guys have not seen Upgrade, man, you're missing out. Upgrade is awesome. So he definitely has a good gore, tackles perfectly there too. So I could really see him really getting into a screen film. So, all right, number 4, I'm gonna go with Todd Strauss-Sosa. Now, this is the director who's best known for directing A Very Herod and Kumar Christmas back in 2011. He also put out that Rebel Wilson movie, Isn't It Romantic, a couple years ago. But he got tackled in the horror genre pretty well with a film that definitely had a bit of a scream element to it. And that was a movie back in 2015, I think was it 2015? Yeah. 2015 called The Final Girl, which had Tyson Formiga was in it, Adam Devine was in this film. You had some other really decent supporting players I think it's raining. All right, I'm good. You also had some, other really decent stars like Mullen Ackman was also in this, and it was pretty much like a film about someone, about Scream Queen's daughter who ends up, going into her mother's 1980s horror film, and it's actually and the kills and slashes stuff in it becomes real and everything. And it definitely had a bit of a Scream element to it. I could really see Todd really bring that kind of horror comedy humor to Scream Seven. I mean, Scream definitely has some darkness to it, but definitely has some humor as well. And I could really see Todd really bring that stuff to the game for Scream Seven. So we'll see there. All right. Number three, I'm gonna go with Parker Finn. Now he has a really good relationship with Paramount thanks to Smile, but I think he's mostly gonna be more keen on doing a Smile too. But I could really see him tackle a Scream Seven. I mean, granted, Smile did not really have much kills in it or anything like that. It wasn't much of a gore fest or anything like that. But I could really see him bring like the horror elements to Scream Seven. Really interesting. I mean, hey, the Smile stuff definitely had a bit, definitely reminiscence of the Scream Mask. So there's that. But yeah, I, I think he'll be a good choice for Scream Seven. So we'll see. And he also signed a multi-picture deal with Paramount, and one of them obviously is Smile too. So maybe Scream Seven could be on that docket. Who knows? All right. Number two, I'm gonna go with Patrick Bryce. Now, Patrick Bryce is best known for directing the Creep movies, but he also directed this little horror movie on Netflix called "There's Something in Somewhere in Your House," which I thought was really fun. Wasn't great or anything, but it definitely had some fun horror to it. A really fun little slasher movie and everything like that. And Patrick Bryce did a great job with the Creep movies. So I could really see him bring that element to a Scream 7. And also, yeah, Patrick Bryce will be an interesting choice there. And my number one pick, who is actually literally rumored to possibly replace Ray Silence, and that is Christopher Landon. Now, Christopher Landon obviously is best known for directing Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which I love that movie, man. He directed Paranormal Activity, the Mark ones, but he got into the bigger slasher genre with the Happy Death Day movies. Of course, he recently put out Freaky a couple years ago. He also has that movie on Netflix with David Harbour called We Have a Ghost, which I enjoyed as well. Christopher Landon, I tell you right now, is the best choice to replace Ray Silence. I mean, he could definitely bring like the Happy Death Day and Freaky flavor into a Scream film. Maybe I don't know, just like Samara Weaving cameoing in Spring Six. Maybe we could get Happy Death Day star what's her name? Jessica Roth maybe cameoing in Scream Seven. Maybe the next opening kill. How cool would it be to see Catherine Newton in a Scream movie? Who of course worked with Christopher on Freaky. That would be really cool. Maybe they could finally get Vince Vaughn involved here because you guys don't remember Vince Vaughn is technically was technically Stu in like the Stab movie, so maybe you could get a Vince Vaughn cameo. That would be cool. But yeah, I think Christopher Landon would be a great choice for this. I mean, definitely, has great work in the slasher genre. Obviously, he's also the son of Michael Landon, so there's a little tidbit for you there too. So I think this will be a really cool choice. So we'll see if it actually does come to fruition. But that's pretty much it. Here's my rundown. Number 10, Karen Kuzma. Number 9, Helena Rajan. Number 8, Tyler McAree. Number 7, Leah Janak. 6, John Colette Sarah. 5, Leah Winnell. 4, Todd Strauss-Skolson. 3, Parker Finn. 2, Patrick Rice. And number 1, Christopher Landon. Let me leave you guys. What director would you love to see if, like, Radio Silence, chooses not to direct Scream 7 or anything? What director would you love to see actually take over the range for Scream 7 and possibly Scream 8? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timu signing off.